Meanwhile, at Tempelhof Airport, West Berlin's largest field, a minor event. In response to a telephoned request for flour, for milk, a few planes had flown from West Germany into Berlin without Soviet interference. The planes unloaded their cargo, and this almost improvised effort was suddenly studied by Allied leaders. This is Berlin, deep in the Soviet zone of Germany. At the borders of the Soviet zone, blockade points. Under the terms of the occupation, the Russians had a legal right to check surface transportation. However, in 1945, the Soviets had signed an agreement permitting the West the use of 3 air corridors into the city. One question was, can a major city be supplied solely by air? The second question, could the West seize this opportunity in time? The decision, we would take our chances on an airlift. The word went out. Troop carriers, military transports converge on Rhine-Main and Wiesbaden in the American zone of Germany. The planes arrived from all over the world. The Royal Air Force would provide a quarter of the airlift. The United States Navy sent 2 squadrons of planes to Rhine-Main. First priority, coal. Second priority, flour. Each C-54 could carry 10 tons of supplies. It was estimated that at barest minimum, Berlin needed 4,500 tons of supplies each day. It worked out to a plane every 3 minutes. Minutes out of Frankfurt. Berlin lies below. Many of the pilots who flew the airlift had bombed the same city 3 years earlier. Air power to feed a whole city. The political future of 2.25 million people depended on its success. The Germans had organized an army of workers. At first, each plane would have to make 3 trips a day. No time could be lost in unloading. At first, less than 4,500 tons came in, most of it coal. Later, the danger mark of 4,500 tons was passed. Still later, 5,000, 6,000. 9,000, 10,000 tons. As the airlift proved itself, the weather held through October, but the airmen knew that winter would bring drastic problems. The final approach to Tempelhof required accurate flying. The approach to runway 9W would be tricky when bad weather set in. Air power, more than an instrument of warfare, saved the Germans for the West.